Alright, we're back, and I've got my cookies and milk. It's time to do this shit. The town of Hoax, which I often enjoyed referring to as a youngin' as Hoax. Again, as I believe I have said before, it is a fortress town. He's going to HQ. The guy named Kaiser of the 8th Knighthood, and I believe Lavitz is of the 1st Knighthood, yes? The Knighthoods of Basil. It was a town, yeah. They fortified it to make it a fort. It is now very well defended. Again, it is a small town in which items can be obtained. This is Kaiser here. I will explore the buildings later. Kaiser, long time no see. Lavitz. Yeah, all of Lavitz's homies were dead. They was murdered in the prison. Nothing we could have done about it now. He's got Dart. He's got Shanna. We're as good of a platoon of knights as any, I suppose. They are preparing to defend themselves from the raid of the Sandoras. And they're like, yeah, you guys guard at night. And then, can you cook, ma'am? Yes, I'm looking forward to your cooking, ma'am. Guess it may be hittable. Lavitz is a dick. Ah, and so is Dart. Wow. Oh, so they all just accidentally, I should say, insulted her. Cookie. Right. So what's going on now? They were discussing war plans, war strategies, whatever. Now Lavitz is in there, and you can explore. Now is a good time to explore the town, as you have just him and her. As you can see, this is the first opportunity you have with Shanna. Actually, in particular, you had this chance before you got her. This is the first free roam one. When you have just her in your party, I'm not gonna do it, but I'm just gonna show you how. Yeah. She says, I don't think it's a good idea to go out now. It's the first chance you get to explore alone with her. Later, there comes other events where it's just you and her, and you can also leave the area there and go train independently as well. If you were going to employ the use of her in your party, and you didn't want the third person that you're not going to use stealing the XP, I'm not going to do that. How much health do I have? I believe I'm full up still from, yeah. I only fought those bats ever since I healed up at Lavitz's mom's house, and even before that I was at the inn. Angel's Prayer. There's a guy in that bed there, and there's a guy standing over there, but I don't feel like talking to them. They're not very important to me. I don't feel like talking to anybody here. They're all basically like, yeah. Man, this war sucks. That's all anybody's going to talk about while the war's still going on anyway. He's going to be pacing and be like, hey, war never changes. Oh, he comes out the back there. No, I want to go downstairs and see if there's any little items to nab. I don't believe there's Stardust anywhere. No. No, the defense for my house is perfect. You got some holes in your windows, buddy. But if it helps you sleep at night, then yeah, you did good, friend. What's with Stardust and fireplaces? I figured there was one in here, but well, that was weird. I just hiccuped. As you can see and hear. In case you missed it, I hiccuped. Cookie. Ow! Oh! I'll go down here. Come on. I believe this is where some soldiers are staying. If that's the case, isn't this the outer wall of the city? The door to where your soldiers are housed is currently on the outside of the wall that is defending the city. You could shoot a cannon right into that doorway. Somebody did not plan accordingly. There's a box here. 20 G's. I'm not entirely sure there's anything down here except some old lady. Yes, I'm an old lady. Well, we have guests. Yeah, whatever. I made the mistake of talking to her. Oh yeah, midwives do that. I forgot that they had those back in whatever time period this took place in. Carlo and Dole. Hang on, wait. Let me read that again. I think Carlo was their dad. Let me do that again. Card. Hang on. Need me meaning a midwife. Does she explain it again? I need to talk to her. I want her to tell me about the war started. Yeah, the Civil War's been going on for 20 years. Holy shit. I thought it had just started recently, shortly before the start of the game. But yeah, there's King Albert, and his younger brother was Dole. You know, the king. He wasn't just the king of Basil. He was the king of Serdio. And then his younger brother Dole, created the southern half. He just declared that they were a separate country, and they divided the country into the two different things. You say another thing after that? It was Lord Dole and King Carlo were good brothers. I wonder what drove them apart. I believe Carlo... Yes, Carlo was Albert's father. Carlo is dead now, I think? And so Albert is the king. Dole, Lord Dole, who I believe is Emperor Dole, he's the emperor of the southern half of Serdio, is the uncle of King Albert, who lives in the upper sections. See, exploring rewards you... No. I was. This is one fine fireplace. I was thinking it might continue the trend of Stardust in the fireplaces. For as many locations of Stardust as I know there's somebody somewhere watching this going, you idiot, you've missed this one and that one and whatever. And I was like, shit. Like in my heart, I just know that I'm missing a lot. I will be missing a lot. I have grabbed quite a few, in fact, I believe, but I know I am also missing them. I'm also gonna go over here. Not sure there's items over here, but nope, you just go in this. That's a church, I believe. And they have, I believe they were making a barricade with the pews. However, it does not matter because we are going to be returning back to that dude. Come on, get down the stairs, you ass. I believe I have explored all of the places that I could possibly get items and or collectibles such as the Stardust. We are done. Yes. We're good. Something tells me I should have saved first. That's not important. I'm not bad at this game. I don't expect to get a game over or anything for any reasons. Up there where that guy's standing. I was about to eat my cookie, but now I got 2 more cookies, man. I only grabbed a few. Let me enjoy them. I need something to tide me over. These are long recordings. I'm here to replace you. You can trust us. Yes. That's all you need. That works for getting in the Pentagon, too. Walk up to the guards and say, I'm here to replace you. And he says, good. And then he leaves. So... Nightfall, time-lapse, nightfall. I believe Shen is indoors. It's only these two guarding the thing. Dart says he's gonna get his own cookies. Then the owls stopped hooting, which means somebody may have entered the forest. And they are approaching from the other side. I was guarding the left side. They're coming in from the right, which I believe is the east. The northeast. When you, in relative to the mini-map anyway, if you look where the town is situated on the big map. Then they're fighting now. We're back to fighting those same guys you saw at in the very first fight at the beginning of the game. The Imperial Sandora soldiers. I believe they're called the Knights of Sandora, right? These appear to be stronger, though. Sandora soldiers is what these guys are called. They're not Knights of Sandora. Alright. I guess they do have different names because they're not the same enemy, because they are stronger. They're essentially the same. They have these same attacks and whatever, but they are much stronger. Ow. Ow. I guess not damage dealing wise, but that did do a little bit of damage to Lavitz. He's in the red now. Okay, so it should take 3 combos to finish off both of them. That one's the first one. Here's one on you. Got a couple more. By the way, while I'm in the middle of this fight, lacking something in particular to talk to. Talking to you guys, of course. Is it weird that I put a cookie in my mouth and then drink milk afterwards? That's how I eat cookies and milk. It's just easier that way for me. I don't like dunking it in there, it gets all messy, and then the cookie gets all crumbly, it crumbles off into the thing. Why do you want that? I put the whole cookie in my mouth, and I essentially filter milk through it. And it's really good. And it's just fun to do. And also, it saves time when you're stuffing your face with a million Oreos. Very healthy, I know. What's coming down over here? Oh gosh, a ninja. So, he is the Sandora Elite. Is this the battle HQ for the front lines of Basil with a weak setup? To be quite honest, it is a little bit lacking. When you originally hear of the idea behind a frontline defense for an entire segment of a country, you'd think that there would be something better than what appears to be a village that has like 5 houses in it, surrounded by a big stone wall. In order to get to Basil, they could just walk around the wall, couldn't they? They could use the same path I used to get from point A to point B to get here to begin with. Now we'll beat up this guy. Harpoonage. Bam, baby. Baby! He does magic shit. I guess it's technically not magic. Oh my lord! Lavitz's magic defense is ass. He took 40 damage from that hit, whereas Dart took 14. That just highlights the contrast between them. But yeah, he's not necessarily using magic. It's like when ninjas use smoke bombs, like that sort of deal. That's what he's doing. He's a ninja guy and he's using items. It kind of looks like magic, but it's all like a magician type thing. It's all up front. It's just for theatrics. See that chain? That's cool. Ninjas using chains like that? That's cool. He doesn't need to use magic. He's just using items. I wonder what those symbols were. I think they were Japanese, right? I don't know. I'll wait for him to do use another item. Cast another spell. What? I think those were made up Chinese symbols, actually. They don't look like... I don't know. No, they look like Japanese. I'm pretty sure those are Japanese. He's still on blue? This guy's stronger than I recall him being. I don't want to use my items on him, but if I have to. He must be in the yellow now, because he's doing this thing where he splits up into 3 peeps. No, those dudes just look like made-up symbols. But if I had to say they had resemblance to anything, it's oh, fuck you, dude. Well, first of all, I'm gonna guard. Then I'm gonna use it. Then I'll guard with you too. It was kind of dumb to do that with both, but yeah, I only took 4 damage from that. Lavitz's physical defense is crazy. Barp! Oh my god. Good thing I did guard. Holy hell. That would have done a lot of damage, even if I had used the healing potion, which I was thinking of doing. I have 10 of those? Nice. Which I was thinking of doing, I would have just took a lot of damage from that. Come on, you asshole. At least they're hitting the guy who guarded. Yeah, he's down in the yellow now, that's why he did it. Looks like I guessed right the first time. I don't know why. I just get lucky like that sometimes. a lot of the times when stuff like that happens, I'm usually able to get it good on the first time. Sorry, if you were paying attention to the camera up in the corner, sometimes I like swinging back and forth in my chair. It's a swivelly chair with wheels, of course. And I just do that. Like how I tap my leg to... Like I bounce my leg up and down absent-mindedly when I'm not paying attention. Now he did it again. I wonder if there's a tell on these guys. They wouldn't put the one on the left again, would they? Oh, they probably did. Oh no! Wow! How unfortunate for me. Oh, and also, if you remember last time when we had a boss fight, when I let Shanna die, so that Dart and Lavis would get all the experience, it really helps as a boost in this part of the game because, yeah, she was left in the place where Kaiser and Lavis were having the meeting while these guys were guarding at night. I don't know. I don't actually know where she is 100% for certain. I'll just hit him. He's almost dead. But yeah, I got you, boy. It's good because it's just the two of them. They got that boost from that experience from that boss fight. They're gonna get the experience from these boss fights here, which gives them another leg up on, I'll use Healing Potion on myself. Give them another leg up on Shanna because we're not gonna be using her. So I'm glad she's not here to leech the experience that both of these guys get. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure I plan on using Lavitz either for this duration. Gonna grab me, will ya? Well, alright. Not much I can do about that, I suppose. Oh, if I wanted to, I'm not going to, but a strategy when he uses this, I'll show you. You know how I bought those meteor falls? That's why I bought them. I totally forgot I had them till now. They hit all, so if you could use one, and no matter what, it would hit all three of them, so you would end up hitting the right one. Which I did anyway, so that's good. Is he dead yet? Oh, there he goes. Oh, and his chain was an invisible entity. That's actually really cool. Did you see the red flash all the way to the left? To be honest, the outline of it kind of looked like a dick. But... Rod Typhoon! That's what he says when you do Rod Typhoon, by the way. Did I get a healing breeze from that fight? I don't recall that being a regular drop. In fights in this game, I'm not entirely sure, even with boss fights, that things like that are 100% drop chances on anything, unless it's like a specific plot-related item. Giganto, that's another species, by the way. You know, there's humans, there's dragons, there's winglies, there's gigantos. And I also recall there's also a Nomi midgety race called like the starts with an M. Midgets, essentially, is what they're saying. It's like Minotos. That's not very relevant now, though. This guy's a huge dick. I do not have any wind items. However, I do have Spear Frost. I'm going to throw this at him. Ready? Go. Yeah, get him. Get him. That looks like it should hurt a lot more than it does, but he took 61 damage from that. Very nice. I'm going to use the same item with Lavitz and see how much damage it does relative to that to see who should be using the items and who should be attacking physically. I just want this fight to be over with soon because he will punish you if you don't end this fight fast. Ooh, Kongol. Essentially the same damage. I think if I hit one more X on it, it would have done identical damage. The reason why he punishes you is because if you mess up your additions, when he puts his weapon away, he hits you even harder, which is nuts. But when you don't finish your additions, and I'm not gonna mess up on purpose just to show you, but he picks you up and he beats the shit out of you to punish you for missing your additions, which is why I got those items. I'm not gonna use the meteor ones, and I guess I'll save my last water one, but at least now I can end. He's already in the yellow after the first 3 turns. When he gets into the yellow, that's when he puts away his axe and does double damage. Not double damage, I don't think, but he certainly does more damage. And since this is a rare case in which Dart, I believe he's doing more damage than Lavitz because I gave him the sword, and he's also taking less damage than him because of the bracelet I gave him, which usually doesn't happen. Dart and Lavitz, both, they have, Lavitz has always been up there on the defense, and usually the attack as well. He always takes less damage and generally does more with his additions, but I guess I'm just equipping Dart more strategically to adapt to doing more damage and taking more damage than, or taking less technically, but having the ability to take more damage. And wow, that actually, this is gonna transpire a lot faster than I thought it might. I thought it would take a few minutes, and it has taken a few minutes, but I mean a few minutes more than this. He was in the red already. I guess those first two items that did 120 damage right off the bat was a really good start. I don't want to waste all the items I bought, though, so I'm not gonna. I'll finish this fight up, and then I shouldn't need to use any more healing potions either. I'm very glad that I only had to use 3 between these 2 boss fights. That was very good. Yeah, I like his mohawk. It's really cool. I like the semi-transparent thing that they did with it there. Sometimes even forget he has hair. Then Dart's gonna die. Then he looks in the sky and there's a shiny. Shiny coming out of nowhere. Whoosh! Who the fuck is that? You might be asking. She just did the, if you get her Dragoon attack up to the first level, that's exactly what it looks like when she comes out and she comes in and hits him. Because that's what's going on here. The namesake of the game finally comes into play. It takes a while to get there, and it takes a bit longer to fully grasp it as well, but it sounds to me like the music's acting funny in this section. I wonder if it's just me. Yeah, it sounds like a full level of audio is missing here. And he says, ah, because he's turning into a Dragoon. He's on fire now. That's fucking crazy. Look at him beat the shit out of that giant. That guy is crazy. And Lavitz is like, whoa. No, I think that the music is normal. It's just a variance on the normal music that's to the same tune. Because it's a special thing that's going on here. No, it's not. There is a layer of audio missing. It feels like it's either quieted out or it's missing a whole, like, left or right side of it. You may not be able to recognize her because you didn't get a very good look at her in the beginning. Power wrist. Nice item. I believe that increases attack. But that is the woman from the beginning of the game that jumped in to save you from the dragon. If you couldn't tell by her face, then you can tell by her clothing. The soldiers are all dead now. Dart's like, what the fuck? I am now wearing a huge blue. And she's like, you got a Dragoon. And he's like, wow. Gigantor don't die. Gigantor will pay you back. Shanna comes out. Oh yeah, she was in that place where the knights were before. In case you don't recognize this area, this is right at the base of the stairs in front of the place where Kaiser and Lavitz had the meeting. He passed out because he's a bitch. What Rose did was basically, she came in, and she was in Dragoon form. She has a Dragoon spirit. It looks like an eye, like a cat's eye, up close. And hers is the, I don't know, hers is like a purpley dragon, violet dragon, whatever. Because she's dark element. Dart is fire element. He's got the red Dragoon spirit. And, oh yeah, and this is the part where he's like, she saved my life. You could say that she's an important person to me, but he ends up saying the same exact thing anyway. And no matter which option you choose. I don't know why they give you the option to choose, really. It's kind of dumb. Yeah, she followed him down because she's got a glowy, and he's got a glowy. His father's memento. They glow just, you know, with a normal glow. But when a Dragoon spirit is in the presence of another Dragoon spirit, they react with each other in a way such that it releases the energy. See, that's his father's memento that his father dropped in the village. He just thought it was a keepsake, you know, like a cool thing that he found, and he wanted to hold on to it. But no, turns out it's actually magical. So she recognized that. She sensed it on him. So she hunted him down, And yes, that was the name of the people. Remember in the cutscene where it was Emperor Diaz and then the 7 dragons in front of him? The people on the dragons that were commanding them were the Dragoons. There are 7 Dragoon spirits related to the 7 Dragoon elements. Well, not Dragoon elements. It's just the 7 elements in the game, really. There might be more than that. I don't know. Because there is non-elemental, which is technically considered void. Which is an 8th color. But I don't know if it counts as an element. I don't know how many dragons there actually are. I don't know how many dragon spirits there actually are. But there are. I see that there's 7. Things can seem to be happening in 7s, so it's just a safe assumption to make. That guy's dead. The 7th fort in the marshland is under a fierce attack of the dragon. Due to that, the 10th and 13th knighthoods are overwhelmed. Survivors still responding. In the forest over Volcano of Vilud, it seems there's something dragons, blah blah blah. And check this out. That's Kaiser. They're like something about dragons. Yeah, this is the point where she's like, dude, that dragon's gonna kick your ass. We're Dragoons, let us handle it. We know exactly what we're doing. Like, I don't know if you could see this, but on the left side, Shanna's left half of her face was transparent for a moment. Maybe I can do it now. Now that I have the spirit of the Dragoon, the dragon, I get the red dragon. I'm the red fiery guy dragon. She's the darky dragon. Now we have, not only when you finally discover what Dragoons really are in the game, you don't just get 1, you get 2. Which is really cool. And as of course, if you don't already know, I'm sure you can assume, Rose joins you. She joins your party. And she's the one who I'm going to replace Shanna with, which is why it was okay she died in that boss battle, because she only saw, you can hear the dragon from far away, like very far away. You can hear the roars of the dragon right now, and that gave me chills. It still kind of does if you think about it really hard, but Shanna saw 1 fight between the last boss fight and up to here. She only saw the fights between the enemies on the map. Other than the few fights between one city to the other, walking between the areas, those few fights didn't do anything for her. So that's why I'm like, she doesn't need experience. And I'm going to look in my party now and go to replace. You can see. Oops. My screen just went dark. Now you can... And also, she's only level 5. Dart and Lavis went up to 7. Rose is 8. I thought I would be up to 8 right now, but I guess not. What is my health looking like? Ah, cool. It topped me off at max health when I'm done. I'm going to walk into this, and I'm going to see if there's still a... I'm going to see if I can save it. If it detects a memory card, it might not still. And if it doesn't... Save new game? Is it working? It's weird because that save worked, but it couldn't detect the memory card from last time. I wonder what happened. I'm going to save state it here anyway, just in case, on that spot. In case I try to load the game. If I need to load the game back to here for any reason... it might erase the save again, so good thing I save stated. Zaya home. Yeah, those knights up there on top of the platform are talking about Dart transforming. Tell me whatever. She's gonna discuss. She's gonna give you more fighting tutorials. You remember the fighting tutorials on additions in the beginning? There are, and then the item tutorials. Now that you've discovered the ability of the Dragoon, you get the tutorial. How Dragoons work, since I'm not gonna do all the steps of the tutorial or read everything because that's time consuming. But I think I'll do this right here, right now, and then I'll wrap it up. What would you like to know about Dragoons? Dragoon transformations. What happens is, when you attack, when you hit something, when you have Dragoon Spirit, you get SP for the attack. It fills up that bar on the bottom there. I also now have an MP bar. For every level of Dragoon you get an SP bar, and I'm level 1, so I have 1 SP bar. And I get my MP, you get 20 MP per level, I think. And I believe you can add on to it through, armors and stuff. And when your bar is full, or you have at least 1 bar, you can transform into a Dragoon. Which I probably won't be doing all too often, so I'm pretty sure it's okay if I just keep it on long, because you can turn it on short such that it skips over the animations, which can be time-consuming over some time. There are two things you can do as a Dragoons. One is an attack, in which you have normal addition attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It goes up to 5, which is a perfect. And then a second option, which you can't pick, is magic. And you unlock a new magic spell for every Dragoon level you get. Let me see if I can get 5. No, I didn't. The timing on the 5th hit is always really weird, but I know for a fact I can get 4. And the cool thing about... Wow, that did a lot of damage on her. 78? That's crazy. Yeah, it's enough. And what happens is, when, no matter who you are using the Dragoon counter thing that spins when you're doing the Dragoon additions is the same for all characters. Not much. One more thing. Getting SP by attacking. Now, what I was saying before was, when you are using your additions, you get SP for it. And likewise how... Well, you remember the, hang on, I'll show you. As soon as this chat is over with. Okay, open up Y. You may recall me at the beginning going into the addition section and discussing the level, the AD, the SP, the damage percentage, and the next level. As you can see, since I am a much higher level than I was at the beginning with this addition, I now get more damage percentage with it as well. And SP, that means the total SP you get for completing the addition. I believe that if I hit somebody, and the higher the level on something, the more SP you get for doing that as well. For instance, the Volcano is a 4-hit move, and it gives 20 SP. I believe that's 5 SP per hit. I believe on Double Slash, you might get 20 on your initial hit, and then an extra 15 on your upswing, if you get it. Generally speaking, you get more on your first basic hit, and then you get smaller increments as you go up. His addition level is almost 4. Yours is almost max level. I'm almost 5 on the Double Slash. And she has Whip Smack. Oh, also notice, Dart has 7 additions. He only has 5. She only has 4. Huh. Wonder if I can get them all. I'm going to... What I'll do is I'll leave here. Once we leave the town... Yes, I don't need the tutorials. The only other tutorial she was going to give is how to transform into a Dragoon, which is simple enough. You fill up the bar, you hit the button. Then there's magic, which you just select and use the magic, and it costs MP. Logic can, explain a lot of that stuff. Now, that night, at the very end when we were about to leave there, said there was a place getting attacked, so that's where we're going to head next. But first, I'm going to run around on the outside, on the outskirts of these areas. I'll guard with you because I don't care about you. Oh, I thought I changed the party. I replaced Shanna with Rose. Well, I'm gonna hit with his... Wow. I forgot I killed him in one hit. Good thing I didn't hit with Shanna then. Maybe I'll do this later. I was thinking of maxing out his addition thing here, but I think I'm gonna give it another... I'll just let it progress naturally, and then I'll remember to change it afterwards. This is where we're going. Our next goal. I'll elaborate on what we're going to do there next time. But for now, I'm going to go back to replace, because apparently this didn't work before. I'm going to switch them. And I can save it right here. Checking the memory card. It's going to check it. That save does indeed exist from last time. But again, just in case, just to be safe, I'm going to save state it in addition to saving here. Saved in the North Cerdio, level 7, got 7 Stardust. I think having a number of Stardust equal to your level is actually pretty good. Can't say that for the entirety of the game, but it seems to be okay. I also have almost 1,000 gold despite buying some items. I am headed in a very good spot. Everybody's strong. It looks like Dart and Lavas are going to level up soon, in fact. Save state. And like I said, next time, I'm going to enter this spooky, creepy marshland. And as always... My friend Crazy is playing through this game for the first time. At some point, I'm going to stop reminding you of this because by then you'll be very well aware of it. Link in the description and link at the end of this video. Enjoy his videos if you enjoy my videos. Because it's just, you can't like one and not like the other. That's just how it works. At least in my opinion, anyway. I don't know, people got independent tastes. And guess what? Good news, everyone. I still got a cookie. Well, that's it for this time. I guess I'll see you later. Bye! I dropped the cookie. Fuck.